Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty mix spammer, and this is the third time I am trying to make my intro right. This time, fortunately, my tongue didn't twist or anything, so I think I will go with it. It's not the most exciting intro I could think of, but at least it's kind of working. Maybe, I don't know. It's good enough for me, so I'll go for it. I did have had to re-record it for quite a couple of times, as I said, so this is good enough for me. Yet another amazing day for me. I just finished watching GST a couple seconds ago. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a second. Funny thing I just noticed, do you? Right, this is the first time I ever noticed this, but see, this is my fleet management icon, or also whatever it's called. I always knew that there is this blue half-filled circle bar, whatever I'm supposed to call it, below it, right? But there is also this gray thing, like taking 1/4 of the circle. I wonder if this means something. I never ever noticed this, but I'm pretty sure that it's not how it always looks like. And I'm curious if the bar ever changes color, so this might mean something. I don't know, I might just be overthinking it, but look at the other icons. None of them have this kind of, you know, shining thingies around it. I think it might mean something. I have no idea what, but it intrigues me. It really does. Now, as you can see, the computer yet again used it cheating. Let me rephrase it. Yet again, the computer used its cheating magic tricks, because as you can see, there used to be fleets around here. Now they are nowhere to be found. Where on earth are they? I have no idea, because they are nowhere here. I mean, I have vision over all of those systems, right? You can see that. There is no place that I have no vision on, right, where source could be. And their fleets aren't anywhere to be found. What on earth? Where are they? I have no idea. I just know that all of a sudden they're gonna pop out somewhere and be annoying, because that's how the source or the AI do it. So, yeah. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and conquer the Mia system if they decided to evaporate their fleets all of a sudden, so I guess that's just too bad for them. Now I do have a battle incoming with Horish. That's not really too much of a battle, but as I usually do, when it's a first battle of a video, even if it's against cowards, I'm usually going to record it just for hilarity's sake. And I'm going to try and see if I can move my camera around so that I can see the beautiful laser salvo of my ships, which would be pretty amazing. I don't remember the controls though, so that might be a problem. Now let me wait till the camera is around at the right place, and well, I think I got it, more or less, maybe. No, yes, maybe. Doesn't matter, it's not the perfect angle of a shot, but it's good enough. I really like to see the volley of lasers being fired by my ships. It's just one of those moments that makes Endless Space so cool. Oh, by the way, I didn't select any action, I forgot to do that. Whatever, doesn't really matter now, does it? I could have repaired some of my ships, but I'm sorry, for whatever reason, today my throat is sore. I have no idea, maybe I was breathing too heavily while watching the GSTL. So I'm going to end the turn, because I don't think there's anything I need to take care of. Lepton manipulation is almost done. One more turn and it will be here. I'm very happy about that. And let's end the turn. I'll drink some of my root juice, aka Choreo instant drink, just to help my throat a little bit. Oh. It gives me the chills, it really does. Wow. A very intriguing taste. I don't believe I ever tried anything that tasted remotely like this. As I said, it's too sweet for me, but I kinda like it. I have no idea why. And another sip, sorry. It does feel like it helps my throat. I might be just imagining it, it's a possibility, definitely. But still, I believe it does help me a little bit, at least. Now, Zerus, Koko and Shakura's made even more ultras. I don't believe I need any more of them for now. I mean, I already have quite a significant fleet. Am I making or losing money? I'm making a ton of it, actually. Oh, yeah, that's because I have those new, excuse me, let me say that again. Those new upgrades installed on all of my systems, which is good. Hey, I forgot about the timer. Yada yada yada. That's the wrong code, you dummy. Yes, I know that Tiffany's birthday is coming. I don't need to be reminded of that cell phone, but thanks for telling me. How many minutes do you think have passed? Well, I'd say that about 5, so I'll set the timer for 30 minutes. I believe that's good enough. Now, this system doesn't need this orbit or whatever it's supposed to be called satellite, so I'm just going to go for more science because apparently money is not an issue for me just yet. I don't really need this ultralisk. To be quite fair, I don't really want to spend money on maintaining another ship, especially if I don't need it. And also, soon enough, well, not that soon actually, never mind, I was about to say that soon enough I'll have completely filled the population on this system. However, it's still 7 turns to go, and I don't want to colonize asteroid belt just yet because the unhappiness it would give me could be kind of disastrous. So instead I will go for a little bit more of science, and this should allow me to achieve victory. No, what I wanted to say is that it should allow me to get those amazing system upgrades that I have in store. I might as well prepare some other upgrades. I'm very tempted to go for rock ship class. That's, well, it sounds awesome, not really appropriate, maybe, who knows, but it sounds awesome. I do want to go for solar mining because I've been holding on target lock for such a long time, and it really pains me because it's such an excellent card when you're going for all-in laser gambit, and that's precisely what I'm going for. What do I want to go after that? Well, I think I do want to try and keep up with the enemy in the science wise, because, well, I can see that two, is that right? Yeah, two civilizations are ahead of me. I don't want this to happen. I don't want anybody else than Solar's be ahead of me, and I will try to do something about this, and having better science will allow me to get some sick military upgrades really fast. Now, let me count the ultras that are here to exchange. Pretty much every single one of them except for the Ultra 3.0. So I might as well send all of those bad guys over there. I'm going to maintain the other ones in the siege of Alderan and Mira. So that's gonna happen. Also, I forgot to look at the wiki to find out the names for the planets that I'm going to give to those two. Because, as I said, I believe that those two are by right... Those systems are rightfully mine. I feel like this is the case, at least. So I should name them. I'm not going to name any others, though. Perdalis? Why does it sound dirty to me? I don't know. It's just... Perdalis? Really? I'm sorry, I don't know. There is something wrong about this name. I can't quite point it out. But, yeah, it's very strange, to be honest. Now, do I want to decrease the tax rate? Well, I might as well. Then again, if I maintain this tax rate, I might actually retrofit one of my ships, preferably the one with the most levels and the one that is not damaged, so I would pick one of those to ultras. Now, I don't have the money to ultras. Oh yes, I may have the money to retrofit them, but they are not in my system, so that's not gonna happen. Now, as you can see, all of my systems are producing extra science. This will allow me to get quite a decent boost in, well, science, of course, duh. But this, well, I already talked about it. So GSTL today, exciting times. Now the team that I voted on, yeah, then again, I'm not going to spoil anything, not going to say who I voted for. But the team I voted for won as I expected and hoped for. However, I didn't expect to be such a smashing, one-sided, crushing victory as it was. It was amazing, really amazing, especially if you were the fan of the winning team, as I was. I really can pinpoint which team it was because that would be a spoiler. Anyway, it really gave us some astonishing performance. The other team really did decent. Well, maybe they did actually pretty well. Maybe they did amazing. I don't know. Compared to the team that won, it was just such a huge. I'm always half tempted to say it was a skill difference because it was just so unbelievably one-sided. Okay, maybe it was not that one-sided. The matches were all entertaining, really. Well, maybe one or two were a little bit less, but all of them were entertaining. And some of them, especially the first one. First one that was played today, I believe was my favorite. It was really... You could feel that the finals are going to be exciting and really on a high level of play. That's exactly, precisely what happened. And looky here, enemy team, I mean fleet, all of a sudden teleported into here, even though they weren't here just a second ago. That's classy. Anyway, I conquered the Aldebaran system, so I can finally rename it to some kind of sensible name. Problem is, what do I want to rename it for? Okay, 2 lava planets. Now, do I have char yet? I do not, so this is a perfect place for me to create a char system. Then again, actually, I know I'm changing my match, but maybe Primos would be better. No, that's definitely not char-like-ish. I said I didn't want to rename Primos because it's not my style, but then again, it would be quite fitting, but whatever. Char is the name of the system, thank you very much. Now, do I have Ire? I do not. So if I find an amazing system, actually I might rename Primus for Ire. It doesn't have any jungle on it, but maybe I could terraform it to jungle. Still quite a long way to go with that, but maybe. Yeah, I'm just going to rename it for Kex, and then... Yeah, I bet you want to get Char, I bet you do. Guys, I'm not sure if you checked this, but I'm pretty sure... Yes, I'm no longer the weakest in terms of military. Actually, I'm not even the second weakest, so I believe that you guys are in a big trouble. So you better offer me all of your plans, or I'm going to hang you and then get you out. So, yeah, that's just stating the facts. Those guys are DED dead. And I have no idea why Source didn't colonize this lava, because they are ready to indeed. The approval is like minus 25%, it's impossible, but not in this case apparently. I don't really care because it's going to stay like that for quite a while. And as I said, I don't care. Now I'm going to set the most important upgrades for this system. No, Planetary Institute is a good one to start because it takes less time to create and it gives me some really nice bonuses, so I will stay with that one. Everything is good and dandy, and I can now send my fleet to help with the Mirad defense, or rather offense and Sig defense, because it's... Well, actually I don't really believe this enemy fleet is of any danger to my ultras. How many do I have already? 4 ultras, all of them are 3.0. This is significant. I don't really believe that anything could go wrong in this situation. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm about to crash. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to merge those 2 guys together so I have an easier time when I'm unmerging some of those guys. Now, they're all pretty nice. This guy has a low level, so I'm going to get him away of the fleet. Everybody else has a really good level. So, I think this one is the most damaged one, so I'm going to get him out of the suite as well. And I'm going to match those 2 together to make them even more amazingly powerful. Now, those 2 I believe I'll just send to the north, where the amoebas are. They'll guard the systems from possible amoeba attack. I'll retrofit them when possible, but it's not on top of my priority just yet. Now, I did get a couple of system upgrades that I could use, so I'm definitely going to go for them on every single of my systems, especially because I really could use those, this happiness, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And actually, do I have any moons over here? Yes, I do. Did I explore every one of them? Oh, wait a minute, I didn't even colonize this planet. I don't need to do so just yet, but I do want to go for careful swooping. This will give me a huge economic boost. I mean, it gives you +3 per explode moon. Yes, indeed. No, +2 per explode moon. So I need at least 2 explode moons to make this improvement cost efficient, but I don't believe this will be too much of an issue. I shouldn't go for it on this system for obvious reasons. Actually, did I? Okay, never mind. I was trying to check out if I didn't miss anything, but I didn't. Now, this system only 1 moon, so I'm not going to go for careful swooping yet again. This system, 1 moon yet again. Oh, come on now. Hey, hold on a second. Is that explode? No, it's not an explode moon, so what on earth is going over here? Oh, it's a concrete system, isn't it? So that's why I didn't explode this moon. It's because I have no idea. It was just flimsy of me, to be honest. Now, those... Oh, I'm able to colonize this planet, so it doesn't count. And this moon is also not exploded just yet. And I want it to be exploded because there might be some amazing stuff in there that I want to, you know, gain profit of. So that's definitely a thing to consider. Am I good to go? How am I doing in terms of overall score? I'm at 4th place. This is really nice considering that just a second ago I was the last. Now, obviously Horatio are doing poorly because I am wiping them out. No contact, I have no idea who this might be. Normally I would say it's United Empire, but since recently AI has been able to use their power to full potential. I don't think it is the United Empire. What this might be is... Actually, I'm not sure. Alright, I'm back, and that would be a blue screen that I just experienced. I checked the damage, I lost about 7 gigabytes of footage. Fortunately, game time wise, I didn't lose too much because as I checked the last thing that was recorded was me in turn number 83. Now we are just started turn 84, so not too much damage wise has been done. Still 7 gigabytes. Kinda hard. I have no idea why this much was corrupted. I would expect only the latest bit of the video to be corrupted. Apparently not so. When you have the blue screen of death, you are lucky if you get any video out of this affair. And yeah, why, oh why didn't I choose to be patient and actually order a Vista 64-bit? Because I bet I wouldn't have so many problems as I have with Windows 7 so far. I might be biased because I really like Vista, but let's be honest. As for all those years I was running on Vista, I had no problems. None. Sometimes, yeah, I did get a blue screen, but on a really rare occasions. Now on this system, I just get them over and over and over again. Okay, maybe it's not that bad, but it's way too often to be excused, to be honest, so I have no idea what's happening. And to be honest, I have no idea why everybody was praising Windows 7 and so hateful on Vista. So far, I'm finding Vista way better, and also way easier to navigate stuff, to be quite honest with you. And it looked better, except maybe for the start menu, but that's not that big of a difference. Anyway, what did happen last time? Well, I finished constructing a bunch of stuff. I'm not sure if this was shown in a video or not. I guess I don't really care, to be honest, now that I explained everything of it. I definitely do want to have some exploitation on lava, because it's kinda important. As I believe I said, I also want to speed up the moon survey, because it's quite a big deal. I believe that was one of the last things that I was able to record before my video was completely corrupted. And why did that move backwards? I have no idea. Okay, now it's a little bit better. Thank you very much. Okay, right. Now, I'm sorry, but this blue screen completely caught me off guard, and I have no idea what I was supposed to do, what I was planning, what I was... anything. Now, I can see a bunch of stuff moving around. What were those ultras doing? I have no idea. Apparently they were going somewhere, maybe to Mira system, maybe not. I don't really know and or care. So they are here now. Well, that's very nice of them to be there. Now I'm going to merge those fleets together. Now that's quite a decently sized fleet, I have to admit. Primus is about to be taken. Now I have an extra Ultrisk over here as well that I'm going to exchange for Ultrisk 2.0. Well, it has quite a bit of levels already. So I believe I'll just exchange it for one of the Ultrisk 1.0. That's kind of a shame because they really have a lot of levels and they are kind of important, but it's not a big damage done, to be honest, because still I can use them in as a secondary fleet. And actually, since this fleet is maxed out, at least for the time being, I'm going to send those two to support this one, and this one will start taking siege over Corvus. Obviously not going to do much progress anytime soon, but it is going to be good enough. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Sorry, I just had to check that. Now, is everything good and dandy? I'm not too sure. No, it isn't. Apparently I got a new tech, so I'm definitely going to go for it. As you can see, my people actually adore me now, because I gave them colonial rights. I'm very, very happy because of this, because, well, obviously, more happiness means that I can give people more taxes and they will not rage too much, and I'm definitely into that, because the more money I get, the happier I am. I can retrofit my ship and I can speed up building some awesome stuff. I do want my overall approval to be fervent, and seriously now. Oh well, I'm still making quite a lot of money, and I do want to have my overall approval out fervent, because this does speed my science output by quite a bit. Now what I also want to do is design a new ship, right? I'm not too sure. I do want to modify this one, however, I believe pint guns are outdated. Can I upgrade? Yes, I can upgrade magnetic deflection, so that's nice. Pint guns are... No, I don't want to leave the screen. I didn't want to click this button at all. Don't be so picky, game. So, I am going to go for a single velocity converter, just in case. As I said, kinetics at this stage of the game are not too big of an issue to me, because I believe I am able to kill the enemy before the kinetics can be used to their full potential, because it takes quite a bit of time for them to be actually dangerous. Because the first salvo is going to deal a small amount of damage. The power of the kinetics is to be able to deal a lot of damage in a constant stream. If you cannot get the stream, and my lasers are making sure that this is not the case, then you kinetics as pretty much useless, which is also the reason why I'm going only for a single velocity converter, because I believe it is going to be good enough for my need, as the collapsor beam is such a powerful weapon. It is going to be good enough to tear apart most of the enemy fleets. At least I hope it is. Now, with this said, I will want to retrofit quite a lot of my ships. Currently, I cannot do that with any of them because they are not orbiting the right systems. As you can see, yet again, the enemy is pretending like he's got the only one fleet in there. Now I know better. There are three fleets over there, and I apparently cannot speak English anymore, or even any human language. I'm a third place. This is quite awesome. Did I explain to you who I believe was at the end? I think I didn't. That's more or less the part when I was cut off. I actually believe that those are the Cravers, because recently I has had a bit of problems with Cravers because Sowers are dead! Yeah! Yeah, bring it up! Oh, yeah! Yeah, bring it up! Yeah! Oh! I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for that. Anyway, I think I spit it all over my microphone. It doesn't matter. So, I believe that those were the Cravers that actually got the worst score, at least for one of the worst scores, and that would be simply because... Wait a minute, what do I want to go for? Will I try to go for barrier and see if my ship manages to survive? I don't know if it... I don't really think it will be able to survive, but I'll see how far I can get with barrier alone. Not too far, I believe, but we'll see how it goes. Now, the enemy has quite a decent laser technology, and this is an Ultra Ace 1.0, so I don't really have a lot of shields. I'm going to lose it, no doubt about that. And the enemy does have shields, so yeah, this battle didn't turn out to be too well, and I lost my ship. That's okay. However, it wasn't that needed anyway. I would simply have to spend money on it to retrofit it, and this way I don't have to do it. But anyway, as I've been trying to say for like the past 5 minutes, the reason Cravers won't be the last place is because, well, the A has had some problems with the Cravers, because if they don't manage to get a lot of planets early on, they are doomed, because their tactic is to just keep conquering new planets over and over and over and over again, because they use all the minerals or the old planets so fast that if they don't get new planets, they are doomed. However, if they do get new planets, then they are going to win. So they are very high risk, high reward faction, and I like them for that. Now, as I said, I'm going to call this system Ire, and later on I'm going to try and terraform some of those planets into Junkwood just for fun, because I want this name to be appropriate. Now, let's see what do we have over here. Every single one of those planets is colonized. That is nice. So... a Temple Finance. Oh, that's right. I forgot to check if... I still love the screen. Now, what is it? Oh, I have a lot of Archaeologics and Hexafarm as well. That makes me happy. A lot of stuff has been finished being produced. 3 replication plant on everything. That's good enough for me. Could have expected them through the source, but that's logical conclusion for every faction on lava planets. I don't quite want to transform this planet into Arctic, not by any stretch of the imagination. And the Temporal Finance on Arid is good enough. However, Baron definitely could benefit from Global Tech Pack, so that's what I'm going to go for. Another Baron, another Tech Pack, another Baron, another Global Tech Pack, and that's just a no-brainer. Arctic Multi. This is going to be a huge system for me in terms of science. I believe, you know what, I actually think that it was Croatia that were on the second place in terms of science, because those planets produce a lot of science. I can just imagine the sheer amount of science that those guys were getting, simply because of the starting system, so it might be them. I'm not sure about this just yet, but it's a possibility that I believe is the case indeed. Now, I will go for the standard August. Actually, I do want to explore this moon first, so let me just queue that up and move it up the queue right after the Global Tech Packs. That's good enough for me. Okay, now this fleet is going to orbit this area for a little bit longer, at least until I get this fleet to orbit over Iowa and make sure nobody sinks past it. I'll send my main fleet to deal with covers and capture it as well. So, I captured Mira. How am I going to call it? Let's see, there is gas, a lot of gas, and even some more gas. So, very unhospitable place. How am I going to call it? Let me see in my mind. I'm now sending through all of my knowledge of StarCraft lore, and I cannot think of an appropriate name, unfortunately. There are not a lot of gas giants mentioned in the StarCraft lore, were there? Not really. That's a problem. So I'm just going to call it, because that's just the name I remember from StarCraft 2. It may be wrongly spelled or whatever. I don't care, to be quite honest with you. Now, geothermal activity. I can reduce this anomaly. I definitely will. Don't mind if I do. Now, what else? A tempo finance on gas methane. Are you for real? No, definitely not. Metallic ground. Metallic ground is a positive effect, isn't it? Well, first of all, what is metallic ground doing on a gas giant? That's kind of strange, to be quite honest with you. Still, apparently it gives me less food. Maybe it doesn't really matter on this planet, but still. Actually, I'm losing people, but I can wait for another 1,119 turns till I will lose somebody in here. That's kind of hilarious, to be honest. Tempo finance over here. I don't really care about this, so that's good enough. Helium, a tempo finance. No! Global Tech Park is the way to go, baby. Same here in here. Same deal, not here. And you are not even colonized, and I don't want to colonize you just yet. Now, that's quite a big queue. However, I believe that, well, actually those things do cost quite a bit. I might speed them up a little, the cheap ones at least. And then go for increased happiness, because it's quite a big deal. Okay. Let my manhood come out, and also so much of my manhood. I guess there was my manhood in action. Now, actually, this is good, because I don't want those ultras to go into cover system anymore. I don't want those ultras to go into this system as well. I want them to go to R, and those ultras can stay at Shakura's they're guarded, because right now, since I don't control Parvils, or what it's supposed to be called, I can't get an easy blockade over the potential amoeba invasion, so I'll just protect the most valuable system for me right now. I know Chancellor is currently more productive, but as an ex-homeworld for another faction, Shakura's has a bigger potential, I believe. Well, at least it has this cool crown on it, so I guess that's good enough for me. Also, I can retrofit some of my ships, so I'll see what I can do. Obviously, I'm going to focus on retrofitting my most leveled up ones, so retrofit that one, retrofit that one. This one is leveled up high. Can I retrofit all of them? Not really. So what else can I retrofit? Do I want to retrofit you and those 3 ships just as I go. Only one of them I don't have the money for. Am I making or losing money? I am making. This is very, very good news. And not population stagnated on any of my planets. That is as good as well. So actually I believe it was 1L, wasn't it? You know what? I'm just gonna call it. Because its name was kind of ridiculous. It doesn't sound proper at all. It sounds pretty stupid and ridiculous and stupid. I'm going to call it Terra. Just cause. Actually, no. I'm going to call it Sol. Because apparently this is Sol. Whatever. It sounds nicer than Zero or whatever, so I will go for it. So, with that said, do I need to go for anything else? Do I have any more upgrades that I want to produce? Not really. So, yeah, I dropped to the 4th place yet again, so it's kinda tough chase between me and Dark Blue. It's not that big of an issue, because I believe I'm making progress in terms of my military strength. I'm at 6th place, but I know for a fact that I have probably one of the bigger fleets. And as I said, you don't need to have many fleets, you just need to have big fleets in order to be Spartaning things up, let me say this. Did I restart my timing? Because I did have to stop it when I got the blue screen of death. I definitely did restart it. It's actually about to come to an end. Obviously, I found nothing of worthiness on any of my moons. That's to be expected, to be quite honest. Now, I wanted to guard Shakuras from any transpassers, or whatever they're supposed to be called. Also, I want to retrofit even more ships. Actually, give me a second. Is there any highly leveled up ship in here? Well, those two ultras are quite decent, so I might actually retrofit one of them and put them in. No, actually, no, I will not do so. This fleet doesn't have any heroes, so instead they'll have highly leveled up ships to kind of make it up for it. And the real reason why I'm not going to do this exchange that I just proposed a second ago is because retrofitting a ship will cause it to lose all its movement points, and I will have to wait an extra turn before conquer covers, and I want to deal with it now because, yeah, it's kinda behind my front line, and I don't like this not one bit, as you might expect. Okie dokie, do I need to take care of anything else? I don't believe I do. So I'm just going to end the turn, and oh man, I'm about to end drinking my Korea instant drink. So I'll go for it. It really does give me the chills. As I said, it's not alcoholic, but there's this thing in it. It's difficult to explain. A cool thing that I found on Wikipedia after searching for Genshin, which is a Polish name for instant, which is a Polish name for this, is that apparently it is very, very tolerable by human organisms. There's almost nobody having allergies to that. So that's kind of cool. Oh, random event. Let's see. Endless signals tactic. Oh, as Jesse would say, Shazbot. That's kind of cool. Partially animated dust signaling systems were augmented around your home planet. So does it only influence my home planets, or I don't really care. Now every single faction got this update, but it's going to be kind of useful. Not that big of a deal, to be honest, not for me at least. If I were in a Cold War with anybody, well, technically I am, but to be honest, in my case, Cold War which simply means war about to happen rather than actual Cold War, so not that big of an deal for me. For others it might, however, be helpful. I am, however, able to get some pretty nice insight into enemy's fleet because of that, and I know for a fact that horrific catching up in terms of fleet size, so I believe that after researching this upgrade I will want to increase my fleet size. How long will I have to wait for that? Quite a bit. Instead I could go for the dreadnoughts. Man, I so love the look of Croatian dreadnoughts, and I believe I'll actually go for it. Will I? Oh yes, I think I will. First I will go for self-replicating structures, then I will go for... What will I go for then? You know what, I'll go for better shields, because the enemy shields are scanning me by quite a bit, and it will take me some time before getting those transformative shields, so I will need that. Also, this is useless for me. Never mind then. And after that, I guess I am good to go, and I can go for dreadnoughts. As you can see, I still don't have the Baron or the Gas Giants technology. Don't really need it at this moment. I'm not making enough food to colonize all those planets that I have to, that the galaxy have to offer for me. So yeah, for now I don't really have to care about this. The enemy sent his mediocre fleet to fight me. I don't believe they will make too much of a success. They simply, it was either a reconnaissance or they were hoping that I would move away from this system. Either of those two. They didn't work out for them. I believe I'll be able to deal quite a significant amount of damage to my opponents. Because of that, I'm going for barrier. I don't want to lose my ultras. And I know for a fact that I'm probably going to be able to do enough damage to completely squander the enemy. Remember that I have lepton manipulators as my main laser gun right now, which means that they're going to look awesome. I can't wait for it, and they don't look as awesome as I had hoped for. I was hoping that I would shoot rainbows or something. Those are just a different shade of blue, but I really like the blue color. It's actually the really dark blue, like almost black blue, is my favorite color of all, so I really like it. Even if it's not a rainbow. No, I simply expected something like that to be a lepton manipulation. Also, a curious thing about rainbows, do you know that... Oh, there is my timer, but anyway, a curious note, I have never actually seen the double rainbow video on YouTube. I have no idea why I'm telling you this, but that's actually the case. I've never seen it. I only heard people talk about it, so I know there's this double rainbow all the way across the sky thing going on over the internet and so on and so forth. But I've never seen this video. And you know what's the coolest thing? I didn't need to, because I've seen double rainbow myself in real life not too long ago actually. I even have a picture of it. That's right, I didn't recall it, no, but I have a picture. So yeah, take that double rainbows, I have a picture of you, and that's the second time in my life I've seen them as well. So I'm probably beating that guy on YouTube who's probably only seen it once. So I'm better than you guy, whoever you are. Yeah, whatever. Now I'm going to lay siege on Corvus, and I believe on this optimistic note, I'm going to end this video, because everything is coming up Milk House, as Northern Lion tends to say, or coming up Jesse, as Jesse tends to say. Now, obviously, many of those systems hate me, which is also the reason why I cannot increase my tax rate. Nope, I cannot indeed. Editor is a new hero, I don't really care about it all that much. Actually, you know what? I could hire one of those and use them as my fleet managers. To my secondary fleet. It's kinda decent idea. How much do they cost? Quite a lot, but the upkeep is low. Let me think about it. I think I'll go for it, but which one do I want? The pilot or the commander? Pilot or commander? Pilot or commander? Pilot or commander? You know what? Well, the reason I don't really want to hire those guys is that they are humans. I mean, Warriors are not 100% humans, but they are too humanish type for me, so... No, actually I'm not gonna hire them. My hate rate for humans is just too much. If they were Korean, I would hire them. No problem about that. But as far as I can tell, there are no Korean heroes in this game just yet. So I'm going to end the turn and say my outro. It was PANCZASU, the mighty Mixed Power. If you somehow managed to enjoy my video cast, then I would really highly recommend you, that's not the word I was going for, or whatever. I recommend you to like this video for the reason I don't really know why I'm recommending this to you. It's not actually a recommendation that is an intelligent recommendation, it's more like self-ego recommendation, but still, please do like this video if you actually enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this in a, well, yeah, I can't. This is my worst outro yet. Anyway, if you also want to, then I would really be happy if you subscribed. And the thing that makes me happiest. Why do I fail this intro so much? Well, comment below my video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you online. That was a pathetic outro.